This week, I thought I'd talk about 5 things to take off your CV. I know, every recruiter talks about these things. Yeah, I know. Number 1, pictures. Get rid of pictures off your CV because there's a few reasons. One of them's really bad, unconscious bias, but mostly because it just looks really crap. Get them off your CV. Number 2, stupid email addresses. You know who you are with babycakes123@email.com. What? Get rid of it. My top tip really there is to go and get yourself a Gmail account and put your name, even if you have to put numbers in it or some other kind of word or something, but do something interesting with your email address. Don't make it kind of weird and stand out and that you really work for a sex dungeon. Irrelevantness. I know. I keep saying, I sound like bloody Martin Lewis half the time about gas and electric suppliers, but make your application relevant for the job that you're applying for. Obviously make sure that you're qualified, but if your CV doesn't reflect that you're qualified for that role, then guess what? Reject. Make it relevant. Get away from irrelevance. Bio. Yeah, I'm not talking about the washing powder either. I'm talking about the fact that you just listed all your cat and dog names and your children's names and how long you've been married for. It's not relevant. Not many people care about that. In fact, I don't think I've met one person that has. They may ask you in an interview, but let's move away from this kind of almost unconscious bias that may happen to you if you put it on your CV. Also, age as well. Get rid of waffle, vague terms on your CV. Like subjective information that really has no factual basis. Being results driven, what does that mean? Explain why you're results driven. Show examples of that. Don't waste space with waffly words or words that are really subjective. Get to the point. Give them examples. And I think if you dig deep enough into your experience, you'll find a lot of these words. So try to keep away from those kind of vague, waffly, kind of grey words that really don't give the reader any explanation of who you are and what you do. So focus upon terminologies or even sentences that really do get the best out. So many other things we could talk about, but I think those 5 things there are probably the top 5 things I would suggest to people to get off their CV right this moment in time. I see so many CVs every day, I see so many mistakes, and I do try to give feedback to people about their CVs and where they're going wrong. But remember, the first CV that you create and should always be your generalistic CV, your CV you go to manipulate for future job applications. Tailor your CV is probably the number 1 thing you need to do for every job application you make. It makes sense because that way then you can produce the answers, I think is the best thing to say, that they're looking for. Are you relevant? Dig deep in your experience because I'll think you find you are very relevant. Give them an excuse to interview you, not to interview you. I think it's probably the best advice. Take it easy. I hope I can speak to you again.